Here's Friday, basically starting at 7 o'clock. And we'll just kind of go down through here and I'll just kind of look at it and I'll see where's my turning point. Where can I learn and see when things are going to turn around? Right here is a good indicator. So you're in a downtrend. Look at the volume. Volume's picking up as it's going down. Can't even break 50% of this candle. Can't close above 50% of that candle. Falls again. Got a little bit of a push up here. You've got a lot of volume here. But it didn't really fall anywhere. So you got a little bit of a up here. Then you got two down. Now that big one right there. And the volume. Look at the volume here compared to the other volume. And really it is. If you pay attention, look at where the spikes are. That's where the reversals tend to happen. So you've got a spike here, and then what's this pattern right here? Isn't that a bullish harami? So, you know, you could buy it at 51. I mean, you're at an algorithm number. You could put a stop. Look at that, 49. So, I mean, you could put a stop at, you know, your 5 cents, you know, so 46, whatever. And then you just, it does take a couple minutes, but you just got to be patient and hold it. And then we get the push up here. Now, I know, like, through here you get this volume push up and, you know, really big volume, and then I'm like, oh, you know, that's where the reversal is. Well, when you're down here this whole time and then you push up and you got big volume, that is everybody buying in. So now you got to kind of wait and see, look at that going up. And so here, again, you got two down, big volume. The next one is kind of the same thing again. You got ascending support. You could probably even call it a bearish or a bullish harami again. If, you know, you can put a buy right here at 50% of there, which would have been 58. You wouldn't be down hardly at all. It got as high as 78. So I mean, there's $200. If you trail it up, you may not get $200, but still, at least going to get 100. So then what happens here? So we're coming across here, hardly no volume, really low. Volume starts picking up. Then we get this big push up and kind of like a shooting star. And then the next one is a little bit of volume, and we've got a bearish harami. And then it starts coming down. You get this little break up here. It can't break this previous candle. The next one even gaps down. It opens up farther down. And then this thing tanks. Goes all the way down here. Look at the volume. You got a little bit of volume, a little bit of more. Not as much. Then you got a big one. That's where everybody's like changing hands again. So you just buy it. You know, buy it right here at the bottom of this, where this opened at, or where it closed out right here. 45. Buy it there. You know, if you're, you know, you're looking at for 10 cents. You know, right there's 55. It's always 10 cents. It tends to want to move in 10-cent increments. It may take a couple minutes, but it's going to do it. So we're coming across, but look, wasn't that a great buy right there at 45? So you're coming across here, you're just riding this up. Yeah, you get this little fake out here, and that's what happens. This starts coming down, and everybody's like, oh my gosh, it's turning around. So they all get out, and then all of a sudden they pop it back up. Look at that volume. Look at all that volume that came in there. So, I mean, a lot of people could take profits there. It came across. This is kind of another little fake out because it. See how it came down here? And look how the volume is really dropping off. So if you're like, I don't know which way it's going to go, I mean, you could short it, you know, down below this, but it never even got there. It gapped up a little bit, and then huge, you could put a buy right above here, huge run up, and then it drops off, and then the volume's picking up. But this is kind of deceiving here. The volume is picking up, but what do we got here again? I guess it's not deceiving, but what do we got right here again? Another bullish Harami. And you're right at the 20. You know, it came down here, broke up through the 20, came back down, rested here, and then took off again. Look at that push up. You know, I didn't realize that's the 9 o'clock open, so that's kind of hard to play anyways. Now you got a bearish Harami. So here's the volume coming up, coming up. You got 4, you got Fibonacci, 4 of them coming up. You're right at the algorithm number. Sell it. Comes all the way down, and then look here again. Big volume. What, 7,000 contracts. And it may not reverse right on a dime, but you always get this if it doesn't. If it doesn't reverse right on a dime, you always get this. So again, if you just buy it at 41, you know, right at this close right here, put your buy there. It'll eventually come back around. See, the buy there would have been 41. It got as high as 51, I bet, right here. 52. So if you're patient enough, you can get your 10 cents. But you can see how this, you know, because I can see what's happening here, but as this is coming across, and these are tiny little bars. Remember, there's a big move following tiny little bars. And if you look at this right here, this big push down right here, these candles, that's the algorithm, 50, it's really going to struggle to break that. And then what happens when it gets over here? Boom. Gets crushed. We go down. Now through here, it's kind of hard to tell what it's going to do. You got a little bit of bullish Harami again right here. You got to know when it gets up close to this 20, you can short it. But the first time it gets to the 20, see how it came down through here, broke through the 20, came up. This is the first time it's hitting the 20, short it. Now up here, over here, kind of tiny bars again. It came down, it held this. And Friday, I said before I left, if it can hold this right here, this thing's going to take off. And no sooner than I said that, than that little push up there, and then this here. Here again, tiny little bars, can't break 50%. I mean, it's just going practically straight across. And what it's doing, it's resting, waiting to catch up to this 8, and then it's going to take off again. With the little volume bars. You know, you see this big push up here. You can short it here. You just got to realize that once you see that it's not falling back off and it's just going straight across, that it's going to hold and it's going to take off again. Up here, kind of the same thing. It's coming across, gets to this 8, comes up, but it can't break. It can't break this previous high over here. So you got to know, once it can't break that, and you lose 50%, like this candle right here, then you have this and you lose that, all that, then you got to know it's coming down. And then you can look at the volume too. Here's the big push up. You could short it anywhere in there. What is that, 71? Right here's 61, so there's your 10 cents. Coming across. Big push down a little bit. Not big, but nice push down. Big volume. A little bit of reversal again. Through here it looks like it kind of got choppy a little bit. Yeah, big volume here. And through here, I'm not sure. It wouldn't have been too very clear to me. But down here, you're coming along, you're chugging along. Volume's not very big, not very big. All of a sudden, big push down, big volume. Here's a hammer. Buy it. Run it up. You gotta know 200. It's gonna fail a little bit. Your stochastics down here. You can see your stochastics were oversold. Comes back down, holds that 20. You got a little bit of bullish engulfing here. Come up over here. You can see it, big volume right there. You can just, short it at 48.59 with a stop. Right, 5-cent stop would put it at 44. You got as high as, I said shorted at 59, so it would have been 64, high 63. So yeah, you can just see. Guess that's it for today.